Be honest. Do you ever log into your course platform and just feel annoyed? Like, why is this thing so clunky? Or why can't I insert the most simple basic thing here? If that sounds familiar, it might not be you. It's probably not you. It might be your platform. Today, I'm breaking down 5 signs it's time to switch your platform before it holds your business back. Let's dive right in. I've worked with tons of solopreneurs with their courses and their memberships, and I have seen all of the behind the scenes chaos. Platforms that are like duct taped together, tools that cost way too much for what they offer or what you're using, and setups that just keep creators stuck because they don't actually do what they need to do. So if you're feeling those pains, you are not alone, my friend. So as we go through these 5 signs, check in with yourself. Are you feeling one of them or 3 of them or maybe all 5 of them? Number 1 is you dread logging in. If the thought of logging in makes you sigh, procrastinate, or want to throw your laptop, that is not normal. That feeling of dreading logging in, ultimately, it could keep you from selling products that you already have in there because you don't want to deal with having students in there or updating it or supporting them if they have an issue. Could keep you from creating new courses because again, you don't want to get in there to build out the new course that you have. So if you're really struggling to log in because you dread working with the platform, then it might be time to start thinking about switching because it's really going to hold you back if you don't like logging in. Now, I understand if you're not a tech person, the whole thought of putting the course together might not, light you up. I understand that. That's totally fine and understandable. But you do need to have a platform that you like using to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be able to find your way around it, add content as needed, and that sort of thing so that you can continue to share what you need to share with the world and create the gifts, the courses and the products that you need to create. Number 2 is that your students are disappearing or ghosting. That could indicate there's some kind of issue on the student side of the platform that makes it not easy for them to use. If you have student or customer complaints about lots of login issues, or they log in once and never come back, or they're saying that the content is difficult to move through, then your platform's interface may be causing retention issues because they log in and they don't come back. And this is especially bad if you have a membership where people pay monthly and have the option to cancel because they may not cancel because the content is bad. They may cancel because it's not easy to navigate the content. So make sure you log in from time to time and navigate through your courses as a student so that you can see exactly what it is that they are going through as they're working through your content, and make sure that it makes sense and it's easy for them to get what they need out of it. And if you find that it's not, then it may be time to look at a platform that does have a more user-friendly interface. Number 3 is that you are piecing together too many tools. Now, I am not opposed to using different tools for different things if those specific tools work better for you. For example, I use Thrivecart for my courses or my products, and I use Kit for my email services rather than using an all-in-one like Kajabi. Now, it is completely dependent on your business, your budget, and how tech savvy you are. If you want to piece things together, it's okay to have things that connect together instead of being an all-in-one. That said, if you're having to use a lot of zaps, if you're having to really backdoor the different apps you're using or different platforms you're using together, that might be a sign it's time to change to something that talks to each other a little easier. So for example, I use Thrivecart for checkout pages and products, and I use Kit for email services because Thrivecart doesn't have an email service, and Thrivecart and Kit talk to each other natively. I don't need a middleman like Zapier to have them talk to each other. Zapier is great in those instances where you do need that connection, but if you're needing that connection for every little step of your funnel or every step of your, onboarding or sign up process or whatever, then it might be time to look into something that talks to each other a little bit easier because it will make your workflow a whole lot easier. It will make student onboarding a whole lot easier. And just really opening up that kind of block to being able to support more people and create more courses because you're not having to set up all of these extra little pieces every time you go to create something new. And to that note, sign number 4 is if you're scared to launch anything new, it might be time for a new platform. If you want to launch a new membership or a bundle or a new course or whatever, and your platform doesn't make it easy for you to do that, it's time to look at something new. This could even just look like you want to bundle courses that you already have in your platform together and sell them at one price, for all, three or whatever. But your platform doesn't offer an option to bundle them. You have to like re-upload them all into the same course, or whatever. It doesn't make it very easy for you to just do that. So you end up just scrapping the idea altogether, which isn't great because it's probably something your audience needs if it's something that you thought of doing, or it ends up taking you a whole lot longer to put it together than what it actually should, seeing as how the content is already in there and ready to go. Like, you shouldn't have to do it again, right? So the thought of adding a new product to your library, your store, just fills you with dread instead of filling you with excitement, then it might be time to look to something that works a little bit better for you. And sign number 5 is, this might even be like more of a subconscious thing. So I want you to think about this. If you aren't marketing your courses and you have this XYZ surface level reason why you're not marketing, but really it's because you don't want to add more people to your course platform for whatever it is, for whatever product. Maybe it's not a course, maybe maybe you've got your digital products in there as well, but you, for some reason, you don't want to add people to it. Like, you're just feeling kind of a block around marketing or launching, and you can't even pinpoint it. I want you to think about, is it because you're dreading having more people in your course platform because the maintenance of it is a little too much, like it's too complicated, or people are kind of starting to complain about certain things, or they're not moving through the content, and it's not the content, it's because of the way it's set up in the course platform, but it's set up the only way that it can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's not quite right, but there really isn't a way where you currently are to make it better. That could be something to think about, because I know you've got amazing content, and I know you've got content that needs to get out to your people, and you should be excited to sell it. So if there's a reason why you're not excited to sell it, even though the content is amazing, I want you to look at how you're delivering it, because that could be part of the problem. So I want you to know, if you are nodding along to any of these, you're not crazy. I've seen it. I've seen it all happen. It just means that you've outgrown your current platform. That's all. That's all it is. And it happens to everybody at some point with pretty much every platform that is out there. But the best part about all of this is that you have options. There are so many course platforms out there. And I don't say that to scare you and put you in analysis paralysis trying to figure out which one is the best one for you. And I know the thought of having to move all of your content to a new course platform can be super daunting. And I am not here, I'm not here to put that horror of a thought into your head, okay? I mean, if you do decide to move, you will have to move your course content, but I don't want that to scare you. Some platforms even make migrations to their platform easier than you might think, and you might be surprised to see that there are much easier ways to set things up than what you've been doing. That can save you money and hours of frustration and actually make it worth the time it takes to move to a new platform. So if you're seeing these signs, if any of this resonated with you at all, in my next video, I'm going to kind of go through the difference between a DIY migration to a new platform and a done-for-you migration to a new platform, so that you can kind of start thinking, if you're thinking about wanting to move, but you're not quite sure exactly what all is going to go into it, then we'll cover that over there. In the meantime, if you have any questions about migrations or course platforms, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to come back and answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and I will see you over there. Bye.